Hello and welcome to another video on QuickQuote, our countertop estimating and drawing software. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the numerous ways you can customize products and pricing in QuickQuote. If you don't already own a copy of QuickQuote and you'd like to try it for yourself, head on over to our website www.crystallineonline.com to download our free trial. So QuickQuote is designed to be very flexible in terms of how you price things and what items you can have in the system. It also has options for quote and customer specific pricing. Both our demo and the full version of the software come preloaded with some common brands and materials to get you started, but you can customize QuickQuote with the products and services that work best for your business. To do that, you want to go up to the Utilities menu and select Customize Products. This utility will allow you to configure everything from the colors you work with, to the edge profiles, to your countertop pricing. When you open the utility, you'll be greeted with a list of existing products, and you can add a new product with the Add button here, or you can click on an existing one to make changes to it. As you can see, the product is sort of your main container for all of your information, so generally speaking, you're going to want it to be a particular brand of material or a particular type of material. Now, one of the things that makes QuickQuote so flexible is that each product's pricing can be unique, whether it's the price per square foot of countertop or the price of a radius corner. This means you can price your granite by the slab and your solid surface by the square foot if you like, or you can create products with duplicate information that have different pricing if you need to accommodate, say, a box store like Lowe's or Home Depot. QuickQuote also breaks everything down into several categories, starting with a list of colors and their groupings, which you can set up using these two buttons here. You can have as many colors and groupings as you need, but there needs to be at least one color group before you'll be able to create pricing for a product. When it comes to configuring that pricing, the first thing you want to do is select which calculation methods will be used for your countertops, splashes, and edge profiles. For the countertops, QuickQuote has 4 main pricing methods broken down into the various units of measurement, which you can select from this drop down here. For the purposes of this video, we're going to use feet to keep things simple, but as you can see, there are options for metric units like meters as well. So our 4 main methods are by the piece or blank, by the length of each piece of countertop like per linear foot, by the area of each countertop like per square foot, and by the slab, plus an optional charge for the area of the countertops themselves, which most people use for their labor charge. You can price the slabs with a straight line price, or you can do it by the square foot or square meter. For the splashes, you have the option of pricing by the area, by the length, or a combination of the two, and for edge profiles, you'll be pricing by the length, so you're just choosing which unit of measurement you want to use, i.e. per linear foot versus inch versus meter, etc. Once you've chosen how you want to price, it's time to set up the actual prices themselves. And for this, you want to start with the Price Levels button, which is where you'll find the table of numbers this product is using to price the countertops. To change one of the existing price levels, you can just double-click on it in the grid here, or you can just add a new one with the button down here. No matter what pricing method you choose, each price level has an item code you can use to identify it and to use when transferring the countertop line items to QuickBooks. The rest of the information is used to determine how this price level is selected by the software. In the case of a product set to price by the square foot like this one, the price level chosen for the quote will depend primarily on the color selection. In other words, any countertops in a Group A color in this product will use this price per square foot. You can set it to be by general color group like we do in our demos, or you can have a specific price per square foot for each individual color. Or you can do both, where the color group has one price level and certain colors within that group have their own price levels, which is a great way to offer specials on certain colors since it means they can have a separate price without you having to give them their own color group. In addition, you can create pricing categories based on other types of selections, but we'll come back to that in a bit. Now let's look at a product that prices by the length of each piece of countertop, like this one, which prices per linear foot. For this type of pricing method, QuickQuote breaks shapes into their rectangular components and then takes the length of the long side. So for example, an L shape will price one horizontal rectangle and one vertical rectangle. The main thing will determine what price level is used for each rectangle is the depth of that rectangle. So in this list, any piece up to 26 inches deep will use this price per linear foot. In addition to that, you can add the color requirement like you have in the per square foot pricing method, in which case it would be any piece up to 26 inches deep in this color or color group will be this price per linear foot. If you have multiple price levels, they'll create ranges. So our second one is essentially any piece greater than 26 inches deep up to 30 inches deep will be this price per linear foot. If there's no price level with a depth large enough to fit that piece, QuickQuote will be unable to price your shape and will notify you accordingly. Next, we have a product that prices by the individual piece or blank, which is similar to that per linear foot method but adds a length component. Now it's any rectangular piece up to this length by this depth in this color will have this price. And like the per linear foot pricing method, the different levels create ranges of sizes, and if there's no level that fits a particular piece, QuickQuote will let you know that it can't price that shape. Lastly, we have the per slab methods. Like the piece blank method, when pricing per slab, your price levels create a range of options for the software to choose from. So, any slab up to a given length by depth in this color or group will use this price, and any countertops in that color will use this price per square foot. When you first do the quote, QuickQuote will use the product's default slab size to determine the minimum number of slabs required to fit all of the countertops and splashes on that quote. But if you enter the slab view, you can change the slab size for that quote, or you can go into slab layout and add specific slabs, including the ones from your inventory. Once you add specific slabs to the quote, QuickQuote will stop doing its own estimate and price only the ones that you've added. So in addition to size and color, you can further group your price levels using the category feature. To add or modify categories, just select the option from the drop-down here on the price level editing screen. In addition to giving it a unique code and name, you can determine what type of product is able to actually use this category, whether it's just this one, or just products like this one, or all the products you work with. Now, categories are specific to the countertop, and you can either select them manually in the upper left-hand corner of the shape window, or you can have them automatically be triggered by other selections you make on the shape. This drop-down here controls that automatic triggering process. If you pick a general item type, then any item of that type will cause the countertop to use that category, or you can confine that category to specific item codes by checking them off in the box below. The priority number will determine which category takes precedence if a countertop triggers more than one. The lower the number, the higher the priority, so the category with the number 1 priority will always be selected in the event of a conflict. Categories are often used by our post-form customers to differentiate between deck top and island tops, and they'll use the wall and splash selections to force QuickQuote to choose a different price than it would have if it had only been going by the size and color of the countertop. Some of our stone customers also use them to have different prices per square foot depending on the edge profile selection, rather than splitting them out the way QuickQuote does normally. Speaking of edge profiles, they have their own subsection. This allows you to configure the list of edge profiles you want to see, which includes adding your own and removing ours. You can use your own images, descriptions, and prices, and we have separate tutorials on the website to show you all that, as well as for the other sections of pricing like premium items, which include radiuses and cutouts, and services like installation and template, so check those out for more information on doing that. The last thing we want to talk about in this video is customer-specific pricing and discounts. Every customer in QuickQuote can have a straight percentage discount off the total, and you also have the option to change that discount for a specific quote. In addition to that, we have the customer type option. The customer type allows you to adjust pricing of the different types of items by either a dollar per quantity or a percentage. To add or modify customer types, hit the edit button next to the customer type dropdown when you're creating a customer. To increase the countertop pricing for this customer by, say, $5 a square foot, we just add a 5 to the countertop section. To shift it by 5%, just include the percent sign. To decrease it, just make it a negative. Unlike normal discount, this charge will not appear as a separate line item, so it's a good way to create different tiers of pricing for, say, retail versus wholesale. Lastly, we have the non-countertops button. With this button, you can add almost any item to the quote at a price that is specific to that quote. This way, you can create a quote without needing to create countertops if you just need to give someone a straight price, or are just selling some loose material. It's also good for selling items like sinks at a discount, and for creating a line item you can use to adjust the total price. So that covers many of the ways you can customize QuickQuote to fit your business. Check out our other videos for more in-depth coverage of how quoting and drawing works, and take a look at the tutorials under the help menu for more information on adding and modifying specific items and their types. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you again real soon.